For our next example, we're going to do an introduction to RAG with StreamNative pulsar functions using AWS Bedrock. We have two separate workflows. The first workflow is triggered by a message being published into topic A. We create a vector embedding out of that and then upsert it using a second pulsar function into a Postgres database hosted on AWS RDS. The second workflow is going to trigger something where you need information out of that Postgres database. So it might be you need to send an email to a customer that has some information about their specific interests. So you would send in some information to create a vector for the similarity search. You then complete the similarity search, output those results into sim output 1, and then you could always summarize that data using AWS Bedrock with Meta's Llama 3.2, and then we'll get a summary output, which you could then continue to process, maybe input that into an email that's going to be sent to a customer. So I'm going to divide this up into 3 videos. The first is going to be creating and testing the first 2 pulsar functions, create embedding 1 and PG upsert. So we have the vector. And then the second video is going to be creating the query and doing the similarity search. And then the third is going to be summarizing the data. So to start to create the first 2, I'm going to go to this next section in the course. And I'm going to just deploy these 2 pulsar cutoff functions, create commands to deploy the first embedding function. And then the second is going to be deploying the PG upsert. And then we're going to test that out. So that first pulsar cutoff functions create command is going to use the create cohere embedding. And that will trigger off of topic A. And it uses 2 of the Bedrock secrets that we already should have created. So that creates create embedding 1. And while we're here in terminal, I'm going to also deploy the upsert embedding class, which is going to create a pulsar function called PG upsert, and that's going to write the vector into my Postgres database hosted in Amazon Bedrock, or Amazon RDS, excuse me. So they're both deployed. So here they're both deployed and show that they're running. So I'm going to write a message to topic A, which should trigger create embedding 1. It's going to reach out to AWS, cohere, get the result, the vector embedding, and then PG upsert will put that into our Postgres database hosted in Amazon RDS. So here I'm going to upsert a message that says there are many breeds of dogs into our topic A, and that should create the embedding and upsert it. Going back to the UI, we can see that create embedding 1 and PG upsert 1 both have processed one message with no system or user exceptions. I did include some sample code that is going to use the select star from my items table to query your Postgres database directly. And I've got that set up here just to show you. I'm going to go ahead and run python 3 queryall.py. That's going to run that code. I have 3 results returned because actually I've done a little bit more testing here, but you can see that one of the results says there are many breeds of dogs is returned as one of the vectors that has been inserted into that Postgres database. So now when we complete a similarity search, that's one of the messages that could get returned out of the 3 if maybe your customers are interested in dogs and your query vector is similar to this one.